Yeah, good day guys, thanks for joining us and welcome back to Don's Graphics Design. Hope you all are doing great. Today we are going to look at how you can come up with church program file using your Pixellab application. Please, if you are coming across the channel for the first time, kindly subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much, we really appreciate it. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into today's lesson. So as usual, we're going to begin with the background size, and I would love you to pay particular attention here guys. So go to your image size, and we make the width to be 1115 and the height is unchanged, is 1280. Click on the check mark. Once you have that, then proceed to your background setting right here, and we're going to use from gallery. So I have the background already worked out. It's kind of an awesome light church program background that we are going to be using for this flyer. And after achieving this, the next thing that I would love you to do is to go to shapes and choose a square shape just like this. You can click on gradient to create a fading stroke texture impact. So we're going to click on the plus button, and we're going to fade, first of all fade this, and just click here to rotate this. Okay, the orientation, it should be from up down. So we okay with that. Click on the check mark and you have this fading. I believe by now most of you must have known how to create this kind of fading. If not, please check on all or some of our previous tutorials. They indicated how you can do that. So after you must have this shape with you, the next thing that I would love you to do is to make sure that the shape is highlighted, then go to texture, and this is where we are going to add the texture to the shape. Remember I said it's a fading stroke texture effect. And since the program, according to the instruction from the church, it is a Bible study program, so that's why I decided to use this Bible image as a texture for that faded shape. So I'm just going to click on the check mark, and as you can see, we have the Bible now reflecting here and also fading down. So like I said in some of my tutorials, this is how you can create awesome backgrounds by using these combinations. But as you can see, this is not it. Okay, so what we're going to do is to look down here and click on the maintain ratio. So click on maintain ratio and turn it on. Now it's okay. We're just going to size this up to fit, into the background space. Go to relative position and drag this to the middle. So after achieving this, what we're going to do is to reduce the opacity a bit so it blends well with the background. Click on the layer panel to lock it up. Once you've achieved that, go back to the import button, and we're still going to import another praise and worship background. Here I have it already. I will be sharing the link to these resources in the video description, so just check it from there. So I'm going to size this up and position it just like so, and go to layer and lock this up. After doing this, we're going to import the church logo. So like I said, this program is coming up for the God's Fountain Ministry International. It's a church in Ghana. Hello to all my Ghanaian subscribers and Ghanaian friends who are watching our tutorials from Ghana. Please kindly let us also know where you are watching from in the comment section. So we're going to highlight this and just place it on the middle. Use a middle alignment for that. Go to layer and lock it up as well. Now the next thing that we would love to do is to go to text area. As you follow the tutorial, please kindly subscribe to the channel and like this particular tutorial. Tell us also where you're watching from this day. So the next thing we're going to do is to go to text area and add up a text. So go to your text area, click on new text, double tap and add. Now the program is Bible study program, so we're just going to write Bible but without letter I. Yes, okay, don't bother for the I. I'm going to show you how we're going to put it. Then in between B and B, make a space in there. Now bring it down here and go to font area. So we're going to use this particular font called Thunder Nova. We size this up and make it a little bit bigger. And what we're going to do, you can see that it is not complete, an I is missing here. So look at the technique that we're going to do to bring in our letter I. Simply go to the shape area and choose up a square shape, then make it like so and size it up. Okay, so just size this up to at least be in relative size with the text. So it should be, the size of the shape should not be bigger than shape, it should be similar. Now after you must have achieved that, go to shape again, select another square shape, and this time around bring it, make it smaller, but then size it up also. And we're just trying to create the sign of a cross. Can you see how awesome that looks? Great. So now you can see that our Bible is spelled out clearly. The next thing that we're going to do is to go to layer, to our text area once again, copy this text and put study. So with study again, we are going to omit the T. So we are just going to put UZY, so that we have something like this. Then bring it closer and align it perfectly with the first one. Now you can see that successfully we have created our Bible study by using a combination of text and some shapes. That's the beauty of graphic design. So as you follow, please, like I said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to give a thumbs up to this tutorial. So after achieving all of this, what we're going to do is to check if the elements are all aligned, and we check that. If you are satisfied with that, go to layer, select everything, the text and the shapes, select all of them and mesh them up right here. So click on the mesh button to mesh them up. You can now reduce the size a bit and then position it here, and go to your texture, and we're going to give it this awesome kind of texture effect. So it's not really bright. I want us to crop a portion that is really bright. Good. So we have this, and as you can see, everything is in place. Now the next thing that we're going to do is to click on it, the same text, go to your 3D shape or 3D text. Let me take that again. So go to your 3D shape, okay, enable it, but then come down to simulate lighting. We don't need it. That is why you see the text is so rough. So unenable this and come up to the depth. Let's reduce the depth to just about 2. So we are satisfied with this. And the next thing that we're going to do is to go to text once again and write join us. Join us. All should be in capital letters. Then we're going to give it a different color. Of course, a blend or a mixture of at least 2 or 3 colors will make your design beautiful. So we're going to go to the font area, and for this design I would love to emphasize here that we are going to use just one font family, the HK Grotex font family. So you can download this from dafont.com. So we have join us, and We're using the Grotex board for that. So let's reduce the size of this once again to just about 35, and we'll make sure that it's properly aligned with everything that needs to be aligned. So we have joiners. Oh, let's just make it join R. Okay, instead of us, let's say R. Okay, so you have to also know what you are trying to do, and go to sizing and reduce the size now to just 30. So it's join our Bible study. Join our Bible study. Hey guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you are part of the team that receives our regular design tips and other awesome tutorials. Thank you so much for doing that. So we're going to copy this text, double tap and write this. So the program comes up tomorrow, this Tuesday, this and every Tuesday. So we have to put this and every Tuesday. So it's not just this Tuesday or tomorrow, it's every other Tuesday you can join our Bible study program. Okay, so we position that one right down. Join our Bible study this and every Tuesday. So you can join the program this Tuesday as well as every other Tuesday. You are free to join the program. So look at what we're going to do. Now we realize that this portion is too wide. We're going to select everything, okay, and align it, move it a little bit closer to the margin so that we can have enough space for other stuffs within the design space. So it's God's Fountains Ministry inviting you for their Bible study program tomorrow Tuesday and every other Tuesday. Join them for the Bible study and sharing of God's words program. And I believe that you guys have seen why we're using the Bible image. That is, this Bible image was not used carelessly. We used it because the theme of the flyer will reflect on the Bible image that we have used for the designs. So it depends on what your clients brings to you, then you know the kind of resources that you look for in order to put them up in the flyer. That's it. Let's proceed with our design. So the next thing that we're going to do, guys, is to go to shape area. But before we go to shape area, let's just bring in the image of the apostle. So this is the image. I'm going to size this up and position it here just to this other right side of the design. Go to layer and lock it up. So after logging this up, we're going to go to shape, select a square shape, but then make it a small tiny one. Okay, so we're going to go to size and reduce this to just about 4. And after reducing it to just about 4, we're going to bring in the time icon. Don't bother that the background is still there. Kindly go to your erase color, enable it, and the background will disappear. So reduce the size now. Okay, we can use relative size. Let's just keep it at 4 and see if it can go. Then we use our position now to bring it on top of this shape. It's very important. Alright, so we have to make sure that it's aligned properly with the shape. So let's increase the size a bit to 5 and see if it can work. Alright, I think that worked. So what we're going to do is to select the shape and location or the time icon and bring it a little bit downward. Then we're going to copy the same shape just to maintain repetition. This is in respect of the principle of repetition in graphic design. So I'm going to align this properly with the first. Okay, so just go to the download button once again, and I have the location. So I'm going to remove the background as I did for the time, then go to native size and reduce the size drastically such that it fits into that shape, into the white shape. Okay, that is fine. So let's copy the shape once again, and we're just repeating the principle of emphasizing on the principle of repetition here, guys. So you have to pay particular attention. Okay, now we make sure that everything is aligned properly. The last thing that we're going to do is to bring in the last kind of icon that I would love us to use is to bring in the core icon, which of course, as you know, is very important because that's where we put the contact line in case any member gets missing on the way. Have you ever got missing while on your way to church? If yes, then tell us in the comment section. Right, so I'm going to reduce the size of this further just to make sure that it fits perfectly into the shape. Okay, that's fine. So the next thing that we're going to do is to go to our text area, and first of all, going to write the time, which is from 6 p.m. So if you are at the venue for this awesome Bible study program, as from 6 p.m. you should already have polished your shoes and iron your dresses for the awesome sharing of God's words. So we're going to use the HK Protect medium here for this. Let's reduce the size to just about 20. And use your position 2 to make sure that everything is aligned. Now copy it, and the next thing that we're going to do is to put in the venue. So this program comes up live at the fountain of, okay, it's the God's Fountain. Let's check the name from God's Fountain Ministry International. Okay, so it's got Fountain Ministry International headquarters Accra, Ghana. So if you're in Ghana, the Bible study program meets you live from the God's Fountain Ministry International Church headquarters at the Fountain of God's, or God's Fountain Ministry International headquarters in Accra. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do, look carefully here, guys. You go to your line spacing and reduce the line spacing to just -3, and use your position button to make sure that everything is perfectly aligned. Now we can even bring down this timing also, just to do some better alignment stuff. So you have to make sure that everything is aligned. Good. So after achieving that, the next thing that we're going to do is to bring in the core center, or the core access number. Now, since I've been using Cameroonian line, most of you have been trying to call. This time around, I'm going to use a Ghanaian line, alright? So if you try Ghanaian line, I don't know, you might find difficulties doing that, but this is now Ghanaian line we are using today. So it's a special hug to all our friends from Ghana. Kindly let us know where you're watching from, so we mention you also in our next tutorial. So this is the access number, okay, and the country code for Ghana is +233, if I got that correctly. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comment section. So I have all of these details now, and the next thing that I'm going to do is to bring in a shape. Okay, so I have this awesome shape here, and what I'm going to do is to size this up and rotate it a bit to make it slanted, and then go to your layer and push it to the back of the man of God. So you fall behind the apostle, and we're going to change the color into something different. So we're going to maintain the same text color that we use here, and this is it here. So we're going to maintain the same thing right down here. Okay, now let me make this a little bit bigger for obvious reasons. You just have to play around with it and make sure that somehow it stands according to your taste. So I have this, and I'm just going to lock it up now. Alright, so we're going to lock it up, and after locking it up, the next thing that we'll have to do is to go to our text area once again and write width. So what's the name of this man of God? Width. Now look at what is happening here. A bright color on a bright background cannot work. That's why I always tell you that when you're using a dark background, use a bright color to write on it. And if you're using a bright background, then you use a darker color to write. So I'm going to sample a color from the logo for this text. So let's go to color and use the color picker option, which is right here. Then we search for the logo, and I'm going to work with this dark sky blue color. And the next thing, I hope you can see that the text is now very visible and clear. So I'm going to go now to the font area, and the font I'm using is called the Jacqueline font. It's a script font. You can also download it from fonts.com. Now go to paddling. Paddling means some parts of the text were hidden, so we have to paddle it out in order to see it. So we have to wait. Now what's the name of this man of God? I'm just going to copy this for the sake of maintaining the same font, and his name is Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul. It's remaining just one other apostle to be Silas, so that we could have Apostle Paul and Silas. Okay, let's give it the same color, right? Apostle Paul, and we make this be bigger since he's the main person for the event. Now I'm not pretty happy with these two texts having the same color, so let's click on the width again and sample its own color from the logo once again. So I'm going to go with this other version of this color right here, so that we have a blend of the two colors as reflected on our logo, on the church logo. So this is another tips that you can use once you run out of color ideas. Just look around the flyer. If you have a logo, then you can sample some colors from there, and it will make a good combination. And that is exactly what we have done here. This is for those of us that sometimes face difficulties on color mixing for our flyer and other graphic design stuff. I hope you've subscribed to the channel. If not, then just know that is why you are not understanding us right now. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do now is to go to the shape area. We need to put a Facebook Live button where people can access the worship or the Bible study program on Facebook online. So right here, we're going to do that very quickly. And I'm just going to take this shape and go to color and give it a very bright red color. You know, for most live videos, they are always trained with this red indication, indicating that the program is live. So we're going to go to import once again, and I'm just going to check on my download folders to see if I can have a Facebook icon. If I don't have, just pray. If I don't have, we're going to download it all together. So let's check around. Oh, I found it. So just crop this, carefully crop this out. Alright, so after cropping it, go to, just hold on it, go to your erase color, erase the color, and you know Facebook, the color for Facebook logo is this blue, so we're just going to minimize it right now and position it down here, just like so. So let's reduce the size once again, and align it properly with the shape. So after aligning everything and notice that it's okay, the next thing that we are going to do is to copy this. And okay, before we copy that, let's just copy this image. Double tap to write live in capital letters. Then use your relative position to move it faster, and place it above the white shape or the red shape, sorry. And what we're going to do is to increase its size to about 25 so that it can be visible enough to whoever wants to follow the event live on Facebook. So we're going to copy this again, and we're going to write the access details. So it's a Bible study at God's Fountain Ministry International. This is just the access handle to stream the event live on Facebook. So I have this. Like I said, bright colors on bright backgrounds is a wrong combination. That is why I'm going to use now this darker color, and I minimize the size to make it into 2 lines, so that we have Bible study at God's Fountain Ministry International. So guys, the last thing that we're going to do is to work on this image. To go to, as you know, I always love to play around with the image so that it also blends with the background. So I'm going to select the image and go to my color filters. So this is your color filters here. Click on it and work on the hue. So we're going to minimize the hue by up to -28. Can you see how awesome the image is now? And perfectly it's blended with the background. So guys, this is how you can design, or you can go about designing this awesome church program flyer for a Bible study event that is every Tuesday on the God's Fountain Ministry International Headquarters in Ghana, Accra, or simply on their Facebook handle at Bible Study on God's Fountain Ministry International. Hope today's lesson was helpful, and don't forget to like the tutorial, subscribe to the channel, stay blessed, we love you all, hope to see you in the next tutorial.